Ready? Five, six, seven, eight. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the season finale of Big O's Top 20 Countdown. This week, we're counting down the top 20 summer songs. Plus, we're talking to our guest, Tim, my brother, Tim Baumgartner. And you guys, let's get into this countdown. The number 20 song comes from Chad and Jeremy. This song is called A Summer Song. Let's get into it. A Summer Song by Chad and Jeremy on Big O's Top 20 Summer Countdown, baby. Yeah, you guys, that was the number 19 song, Olivia Newton-John with Summer Nights. You guys, we made it to the season finale, and for this is a special season finale because we got my brother from another mother here. What's going on with you, brother? The Reverend, the Doctor, Tim Baumgartner. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm blessed, man. Over
What's
here in
going on?
Bangkok, Thailand. Actually, just left Bangkok. We're just a little further south in Chaam near Hua Hin, basically at the beach for spring break.
Oh, wow. Dang, you're at the beach. I should go there.
I
I need to go to the beach.
definitely
Oh man,
recommend
what's
it.
going on? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Hmm? Tell
Sorry?
my listeners about yourself. Tell my listeners
Oh,
about
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. So, born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Natty. Um, I don't know how much you want me to share, but I mean, I was even adopted like within 2 months. And, my
Wow.
parents who raised me had 4 miscarriages, didn't think they could have a kid, adopted me. And then I have a brother that came along 9 months
Wow.
later. So that's been pretty awesome.
Oh
Just
wow.
raised up in the same community, and graduated from Winton Woods High School there in Cincinnati, and then went to Ohio Dominican.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go there
Mm-hmm.
to pursue any kind of religious thing. I just went there because they offered me the ability to play soccer and basketball there. And that was, to me, that was like everything. And so I went, and God's plans showed up and showed out. And
Wow.
I could share a lot. I could share more about that, but I don't know how much you want me to share right now.
Well, share as much as you want to. We got time.
So majored in communications and played all
Okay.
4 years in sports. And I was going to try out. And I mean, my dream was to be a professional athlete. And I ended up
Mm-hmm.
trying out for the Cincinnati Riverhounds, professional soccer there.
Mm-hmm.
And as I searched within my heart, I just felt like it was a selfish pursuit because I wanted people to
Mm-hmm.
glorify me and tell me how good I was. And so because I had gotten saved my sophomore year in college,
Mm-hmm.
at that point I was praying and just trying to surrender my life. Like, God, you created me. You know what's best for me. You know why I'm
You know
here.
what?
I just
Wow.
want to do
Wow.
your will, Lord.
Wow, we're gonna get more into your conversion story, but let's get back in this countdown. I know it has nothing to do with religion. We're gonna get into your conversion story because that was a question I wanted to ask you, but we gotta get back in this countdown. The number 18 song. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Number 18 song is from Brian Adams. That's the summer '69 on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, that was the number 17 song. Nelly, hot here. It's a good thing he's not near me. It's a good thing Tim was not near me because he would probably choke me when I interrupted him. But keep going with your conversion with your
All love.
conversion
It's all
story.
love, bro. It's all love.
Keep going with your conversion story.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was really at the end of my college career that I was trying to figure out again, like how I wanted to spend my life. And again, I thought pursuing sports was just all about me, and I just my backup plan had always been to like be a coach and a teacher, maybe
Mm-hmm.
be a PE teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, that's what I did. But it was kind of crazy how it worked out because I went to this Christian rap concert at this church.
Okay.
At that time I was about to graduate, I was just, falling on my face, surrendering everything to the Lord because I was just, again, wanted to do his will. And so I ended up going to that rap concert and at this church, and it was I got there a little bit early, and this professor was sitting in front of me. I didn't realize it at the time, but we just kind of introduced ourselves, and she taught at a local university there in Columbus, Ohio, which is where I was at. And she said she trains PE teachers. So she was a professor, and she said her husband did the same thing at Ohio State University. She was like,
wow.
Hey, you can come over to my house and meet him, and maybe see if you can get into that program if that's what you want to do. And I was just praying, and I just felt like, man, what a coincidence. Felt like God had kind of set me up to, pursue this path. So that's what I did.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? I'm gonna talk more to you about that. Wow, we got to get back in this countdown. The number 16 song comes from the Isley Brothers. This song is called Summer Breeze. Let's get into it. Summer Breeze by the Isley Brothers on Big Old Top 20 Summer Countdown season finale, baby. Yeah, this is we did the number 15 song, which was Don Henley, The Boys of Summer. And if you all are wondering why we're playing summer songs, we're actually taping this in April. But today, this episode is airing the first day of summer, the season finale, June 20th. So we're celebrating the summer, and the summer begins today. And today is the last season finale, baby. We made it to the season finale. We had a short episodes this year because I don't know why we just did 43 instead of 45. But you guys, it's neither here nor there. Let's get into the extra song. The extra song of the week comes from a good friend of ours, our brother. His birthday was a couple of months ago, and this is one of his brand new songs. The song is called Hold On. Let's get into it. Hold On by my brother Jay LaCon on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, that was a very great song, Jay LaCon. What you call it? The Hold On. I'm looking at the dang song. I don't know what it is. I've been doing this for so long, I forget, And if you're wondering why I have him on here, this is my brother, and we're celebrating the summer. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Dang. I'm gonna wait till later. We're gonna reveal that a little bit later. But how did you graduate from being a basketball player? You said a little bit, but how did you graduate to becoming like to getting to the real ministry part of it? How did you become a preacher from that?
I really just felt like ever since I got saved, I just felt like I was a preacher. Even though I wasn't officially a preacher, I just felt like God had me preaching, teaching, reaching, wherever, however I could. And that was just my lifestyle. And so I eventually became a teacher, and I was just in the schools, and I was just talking about Jesus. Like, honestly, like, I don't care if I get fired. I just don't feel like I can just share that, just try harder, be positive, and everything's going to work out for you. I just felt like people need the Holy Spirit to empower them to do things that they can do on their own. And so I don't know. I mean, I did that for 2 years teaching PE, and then I got Teacher of the Year in Columbus Public, and they, God helped me to get that, and then they laid me off.
Oh wow!
Like, I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. So I wanted to fight it, but then I kind of was like trying to figure out how to respond to it, and I just felt like it was maybe I should just look at it as God closing that door. And so a neighbor down the street, knew that I was teaching and things. And I told them I lost my job basically. And they told me about another school. So I applied there and started teaching at a charter school, which was for high school, like PE and health. And I was just kind of it was at a church. So in a way it was kind of a Christian school, but it wasn't a Christian school. But it was, just doing that. And I just kind of had a similar approach, just trying to reach out to people who were older. I mean, because these were all mostly teenagers. Because it was a high school, and oh man, I have so many stories from that, but it was such a great time. I eventually did that for 2 years, and then I went to a Christian school, and that's where I got connected with my wife. And then after that teaching, I went to seminary, and I got married and went to seminary within a month. Moved out there to Pasadena, And that's
Okay.
I met you when I moved out there to the West Coast.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask you about your move to the West Coast a little bit later. But we're gonna get back into this countdown. The number 14 song comes from Cool in the Gang. This song is simply called Summer Madness. Let's get into it. Summer Madness by Cool in the Gang on Big Old Top 20 season finale. Yeah, you guys, we did three in a row for you. We did Cool and the Gang, Summer Madness. Number 13 was Mungo Terry with In the Summertime. And number 12 was Lana Del Rey with Summer Sadness. Well, no, I really don't like the song, but I had to play it because it had summer in it. Now it's time to get to the Comedy Corner. The Comedy Corner is by Tony Baker. Is a really good friend of the show. And we might have him on next season. Let's get into it. The comedy of Tony Baker on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, that was a comedy of Tony Baker. We're talking to my bro from another mother, Tim Baumgartner. See, I'm wrong. I'm sucking it wrong. Anyways,
Hey, you got it right from the beginning. So everybody knows you know it, so it's all good.
yeah, but how do you? I mean, what made you go from Cincinnati to Los Angeles?
Yeah, it really was from Columbus because I went to college in Columbus, Ohio. But yeah, from Columbus
Yeah,
to
Columbus to Los Angeles.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had always wanted to go to seminary, and my wife, they laid off her position the year that we got connected. Like after we did that year, and I was trying to decide, should I go back to that school? We're trying to figure out how to share a life together, and wanted to utilize our giftings and really in this new season of life, like how we could fulfill God's will. And I didn't tell you that previously at that charter school. Because I was talking about Jesus in the schools, that my administration approached me and they're like, "Hey, can you kind of calm down about all this Jesus talk? How about you teach world and share other perspectives?" And so I didn't grow up in the Christian faith, much less know about other religions. But it just so happened that another coincidence happened, and this guy at my Bible study was a teacher of world religions for like 30 years and happened to be retiring that same year that they asked me to teach religion. So he's like, "Hey, here, you can have all my resources. Go for it." And God stretched me a lot, helped me to grow a ton that year. And but yeah, anyways, fast forward to the time we're trying to figure out where to go, what to do. I just had always wanted to go to seminary because I wanted to just learn as much as possible about the faith and about the Bible and world religions, philosophy. And this guy that did my wife and I's premarital counseling advised me to check out Fuller Seminary out there in Pasadena. And so I looked into it. I looked into another place in Chicago, Moody Bible Institute. And ultimately we decided that we felt this is what God wanted us to do, is just go out to Fuller. And that was really, really challenging. We went there for 3 years, but I felt like it really helped me to grow and learn things I needed to learn.
Okay. Wow, that is so cool. You know what? We're gonna get back to you, but let's get back in this countdown. The number 11 comes from Martha Vandello. It's called "Love Is Like a Heat Wave." Let's get into it. "Love Is Like a Heat Wave," number 11 on Big Old Top 20 Summer Countdown, baby. Yeah, you guys, that was the number 10 song, the Bee Gees with "Islands in the Stream." I think that features that one doesn't feature Dolly Parton. I was thinking about the version with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, but no, that's the original version. Bee Gees, "Islands in the Stream." But you guys, it's time to get into the second next song of the week. The second next song of the week is by my boy. He was on here last season. That's my very favorite. Very favorite. He's a really great singer and entertainer. His name is Sweet Pea the Entertainer. Let's get into it. This is his latest single called "Super Bad." Let's get into it. "Super Bad" by Sweet Pea the Entertainer on Big Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, y'all thought I wasn't gonna do it, but I stole that from Soul Train, baby. Yeah, yeah, you guys. That was the awesome song, Sweet Pea. And Sweet Pea the Entertainer was super bad. What's wrong with me today? I guess I'm just tired. I guess I'm doing a lot. By the way, before I forget, I want to say thank you guys for supporting the play that I was in. My Skin is Your Sin. I think I got the flyer somewhere. But thank you guys for supporting that. It was really, really fantastic. It was a great, great experience. And you guys were talking to my brother from another mother. His name is Tim Baumgartner. And you guys, I'm gonna tell you that I always tell you guys how I met my guest. I met him because I used to be, I think the DJ and also the scorekeeper for the Skid Row Basketball League, and he was one of the players. And I think was it a shootout or something like that? You had won the shootout. You had brought your friend with you. You had won the shootout. I was like, oh my god, that was like, hold on, 15 years ago, wasn't that? 15, 16
Yeah, it was
years
like
ago.
15 years ago. Yeah, won the dunk contest down there.
How did you get into? How did you get into the Skid Row League? How did you? What made you? What gravitated you? What made you gravitate towards that?
Well, when I first got saved, I mean, I've always loved basketball, but I was living in the inner city, doing what I would call incarnational ministry, and learned a lot from the CCDA, the Christian Community Development Association. I encourage you to check that out.
Okay.
Yeah, lived in the inner city there in Columbus and was serving God there. And then when I moved to LA, I linked up with this dude named Eric who was going to seminary, and we were just talking, and we talked about basketball. And then he said he goes down to Skid Row and plays occasionally. And so I'm like, let's go. That's like no question. I just love to hoop. And so he was just saying like he's trying to build relationships with people down there too. And I was like, I just wanted to see what it was about and wanted to see what God would do. And so that's how you and I got connected. We can thank Eric.
Yeah. I was like, wow, he seems like he's really saved. It's like, it's a good brother. Maybe he can be a good influence for me. He's still trying to influence me, y'all, but I haven't got there yet. I'm still trying to be holy. I'm still trying to be holy. You hear people say, I'm not perfect. That's an excuse, but you know what? That's my brother. He's always, every time I need him, he's always encouraging me and stuff like that. He's been a great friend. I went to his church. I was about to go to your house, but then I had to go home. Remember when you lived in Pasadena?
Yeah.
In Pasadena, I was about to go back there. And you know what? And I've been to when he was coaching. When I went over to the church in Pasadena. You were an assistant minister there.
I was doing an internship, so I did one. I actually did two internships there. It was a church called PASNAZ, Pasadena First Church of the Nazarene, and it ended up doing an internship with like the youth ministry, and then a second one with the men's ministry. But yeah, you ended up coming up there to meet me there. I remember we took a picture together there one time.
Yeah, I still got that picture. I still posted, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. You can tell I was looking up at him because this man is tall. I'm telling you, how tall are you?
I mean, I'm not that tall, but like 6'3". But compared to you,
I'm short. I'm short compared to me because I'm only like 5'5.5". I was looking up to him, man. I was looking up to him and like literally looking up to him. It's a mess. And you know what? We're gonna come back because I gotta talk to you about how you moved from your transition from California over to Thailand. We got to talk about that next. But you guys, let's get back in this content. The number 9 song comes from Beyonce. This was her summer song. This was like about 11, 12 years ago. This song was called Crazy in Love. Let's get into it. Crazy in Love by Beyonce. Number 9 on Big Top 20 Summer Songs Countdown. Yeah, you guys, we did it 3 in a row for you. We did Beyonce with Crazy in Love. Number 8 was the Beach Boys with California Girls. Number 7 was Jonathan Richman with The Summer Feeling. And now it's time to get to Independent Song of the Week. The Independent Song of the Week, you guys know I got to play at least one of my songs. You guys know that. If it's my countdown, and plus, if the end, this is my latest single called Dream of Love, the remix. let's get into it. And I thank you guys for supporting it. This is the Dream of Love remix on Big Woo Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah. You guys, that was my song, the Independent Song of the Week. I want to thank you guys for supporting that. The Dream of Love remix. You guys have just came through and supporting the album, Return to the Love Room and the Return to the Love Room Deluxe Edition, which came out on my birthday. So I'm really excited. Um, and if you guys want to get it, you can get all over the place. Go. It's not about me; it's about him. Um, Mr. Baumgartner, describe your transition. What made you go from LA to Thailand? Because I remember I called you one day. I was like, "What's up? What's up? Let's go hang out." She's like, I'm not here. I'm in Thailand." I was like, "What the hell? What made you move all the way to Thailand?"
Yeah, nothing but God, man. Like, it was kind of crazy how it worked out because, like I said, I was doing that internship with this church and with the men's ministry, and it was kind of close to the time I was getting ready to graduate, and I'm thinking about next steps. Like, okay, am I gonna like serve with this church, moving forward? Am I gonna go back to Ohio? Like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? I was like stumbling through, like looking through some resources of things to maybe do in a Bible study. And I thought it was interesting. Something caught my eye about doing God's will. And it was like a 4-week series by this one pastor. And it ended up, I ran it by the pastor I was serving under, and Pastor Joe. And he was like, I thought he'd might look at it, but just kind of dismiss it. But he was like, "Hey, let's do it," about discovering God's will. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. And so it was a 4-week series. We went through it each week with these a group of men. It was like, it's a large church. So there was probably, I don't know, at least 50 men there at these weekly Bible studies on Wednesday nights. And I ended up right when it finished, we finished on a Wednesday. And before that weekend, my wife had gotten a message from the former headmaster in Bangkok, Thailand. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to come back and teach here?" Because she taught in Bangkok at the same school that we're at now from 2002 to 2008. So back in the day, like when it first, that's a pretty cool story, testimony in and of itself. But she was like, I'm married now. I'm a package deal kind of thing. But we started talking, and it was just kind of crazy because the Bible study was about making decisions when they're unplanned, unexpected.
Okay.
And so again, we finished on that Wednesday. Before that weekend, we got that message from the headmaster, and he's like, we ended up talking on Skype, and it basically kind of became an informal interview. And he's like, "Hey, I need to know within a week if you feel like this is where God wants you to be." And that was really pretty interesting how he kind of put it on us. Like, if we felt like God wanted us to go, like basically he could have jobs for us. And that was just remarkable in and of itself. And so I had to, we applied those 4 things from those 4 Bible studies and just really prayed through it and just felt like it's what God wanted.
Wow.
So how long?
That's awesome, man. How long have you guys been out there? What's your position out there?
Yeah, been there 12 years now, finishing up the 12th year. And I've been teaching world religions and philosophy and worldview to 11th and 12th graders. And I've been coaching varsity basketball most of those years. I've been also the past 7-8 years been coaching like U12 or U13, like middle schoolers with basketball. I also coached varsity soccer for a couple years, but I kind of have transitioned to just exclusively coaching basketball.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's pretty amazing that my wife and I get to serve in the same school with the same mission and just get to know the same kids and students and families. And man, it's just, I feel like you just got to pinch me. Like, I just felt I have to pinch myself sometimes. Like, God, this is crazy how you brought me here, because it's just fulfilling my heart's desire in so many ways. Like being able to coach basketball, being able to talk about these really meaningful, deep subjects each and every day, because I'm really going to serve there because, no one was really reaching out to me when I was younger. And I want people to get to know God when they're younger so they don't have to go through the craziness that I went through. I was a teenager, not knowing who God was. So I'm just trying to, be a hope man.
That's awesome. You just said it. You just said it, but I'm just gonna ask you this anyway. What's the best part of being a teacher? What do you feel like is the best part? Just add something. Add something to
Yeah,
it real quick.
yeah, just being able to help give hope to people, because it's just a lot of people get stuck in the same routines, or just think like academics are everything, or they just think that sports are everything, or pleasure is everything. And I'm just realizing like all those things are just empty. Like they can satisfy for a certain amount of time, but really deep down
Right.
they're empty. And the only thing that really truly lasts is Jesus.
You know what? I'm a witness about the pleasure, dude. I'm a witness. You got to pray for me. You got to pray for me, man. You got to pray for me, man. You might have to
Let's
like
do it.
after the thing. You need to do a long prayer for me, brother.
Let's do it, man.
But it's
Let's
all
do it.
right, brother. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm here for you. I'm here for
Yeah,
you.
thank you,
You've been there for
bro.
me. You've been there for me through the years too.
Yeah. We've been there for each other, man. We've been there for each other, man. And that's
Sure.
awesome. That's what makes us like not just friends, but we're like brothers. That's what makes us like brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call you my brother from another mother, brother from another mother. Because I've told you some stuff I haven't told anybody else, and you told me some stuff. You probably told me some stuff you haven't told anybody. I don't know if you told anybody else. Hey, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know who you talk to. But let's get back in this countdown. The number 6 song comes from The Loving Spoonful. The song is called Summer in the City. Let's get into it. Summer in the City by The Loving Spoonful, number 6 on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, that was number 5 song, Louis Fonsi with Despacio, featuring Justin Bieber, not Timberlake, Bieber. You guys, it's time to get to the old school gem of the week. Old school gem of the week comes from the birthday man. Today he turns 75 years old. I'm talking about Lionel Richie. This song is called You Are. Let's get into it. You are the sun. Let's get into it. Old school gem of the week. Happy birthday, Lionel Richie. You are on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, that was the number. That was Lionel Richie. You are. You are the sun. You are the rain. Hey, he's not grooving, but I'm. It's like he's trying to be holy, but it's all right. I know you listen. I know you listen to some secular music. You ain't got. You ain't got in front. You are the sun. No, you don't know how to join it. You ain't gonna join. I'm gonna be by myself on that one. All right. We're gonna get to your business.
Listen to that one a lot
So,
growing up.
oh yeah, so did I. So did I. You guys. I'm getting to your business. How long you have been married? Have you been married to your wife?
Yeah, it'll be 15
Shout
years
her out
this
too.
summer.
Shout her out.
Yeah, my wife, Becky Baumgartner,
Wow. So yeah,
15
that's the
years
first
in
time that I met you.
July 25th. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Wow, July
she's
25th.
amazing.
Wow,
Amazing.
that is
Yeah,
that is so cool,
deserve
man. You still because I remember a couple of times I wanted to talk to you. He's like, no, I can't talk to you. I'm with my wife. I was like, oh, okay, okay, that's cool. You're committed to your wife, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a very beautiful thing. Not nowadays, a lot of people are not committed to their spouse, but you are. That's awesome. Also, give a shout out to anybody else you want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to my crew at ICS, International Community School in Bangkok. It's been my family these past 12 years. It's just a great community. And, just all my people back in Cincinnati, Columbus, LA, Pasadena. Man, it just been had some amazing times in life. It's just crazy where God puts you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I want you to give like a 1 minute of inspiration that someone that you know that wants to go through what you're going through, or somebody who just give me minute. Just give me a minute of something positive, something inspirational. I always do this.
Yeah, I mean, those of y'all hurting, I mean, we all hurt. We all suffer. It's just varying degrees of our suffering. But to each person, like sometimes when you're really in that moment, in those moments, I mean, it can just be, it may look not insignificant to some people, but to you, it's just the world, like your world is rocked. and wrecked or whatever. And I just want to give you hope that, there's somebody who loves you. There's someone who died for you. There's someone who will never leave you nor forsake you. And you got to just trust and believe that he's always there for you. And so, you just got to, I love this promise from Jeremiah 29:13. Everybody quotes Jeremiah 29:11, that he knows the plans he has for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. But I like to quote 29:13 of Jeremiah. It says, it's conditional. It says, if you seek after him with your whole heart, you will find him. And so that's just a promise of the Lord. And, so I just hope that you can trust and believe that, because you will find him if you just pursue him with everything. And, you don't have to just resort to drugs or any kind of vice because it's easy to just try to escape reality by doing all kinds of stuff. But there's real hope in the Lord Jesus. And, I just hope you can go find some authentic Christian community who will be there for you, who will love you through the good, the bad, the ugly, and just get you the help that you might need to overcome, the various struggles that you're experiencing. I'm reading the book right now by Timothy Keller. He used to be a pastor in New York City. It's called With God Through Pain and Suffering. And I love how he talks about it, because he just brings some real practical things and hope from the Bible, but he also interacts with various other worldviews and other religions and other philosophies. But I think that ultimately it's trying to give the hope of the gospel through it. So any of y'all, got some issues, struggles you want to talk through, Phil, you can ask Olu, reach out. I mean, I'd be willing to link up and try to connect.
That's awesome. Thank you, brother. But you guys, it's time to get back in this countdown. The number 4 song is by the Drifters. This song is called Under the Boardwalk. Let's get into it. Under the Boardwalk by the Drifters on Big O's Top 20 Summer Countdown. You guys, we did a 3 in a row for you. We did number 4 was the Drifters was Under the Boardwalk. Number 3 was Taylor Swift with Cruel Summer. And number 2 was one of my favorites on this countdown, California Girls by Katy Perry featuring Snoop Dogg. Now it's time to get into the number 1 song. The number 1 song has been number 1 for this past on my countdown for a long time. This is by DJ Jazzy Jeff of the Fresh Prince. This song is called Summertime. Let's get into it. Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince on Big O's Top 20 Summer Countdown, baby. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, that was the number 1 song. Huh?
We could have all guessed that it was going to be that song once you mentioned DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Yeah. And how can people get in touch with you?
Messenger or Instagram, tim.b.bkk. And I mean, if you can't find it, you could link up with my boy Big O and go that way.
Yeah. I want to say thank you so much to my guest Tim Baumgartner. I also want to say thank you to all the guests that have embraced and who have been a part of this 8th season. We made it to the end, you guys. I'm so happy. 8 seasons. I think this is the 300 and almost 15 show. Thank you so much for hanging with me for 8 seasons. We got a couple more to go, baby. We're going to do it big. And thank you so much to the Podcast Awards. Thank you so much to, the Block FM, SoCal Radio, Kill Radio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, everybody who's carrying the station. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And every listener to the show, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you want to reach me, it's www.linktree.com/OLUSHEYI.BANJO. You'll be able to listen to this show, stream my music, stream my videos, everything. Also, the thought for the week is keep your head up and you will never, ever be down. And we always end this with a gospel song. The gospel song that we're going to end this with is by the Commodores. It was led by, this was the last hits that they had with Lionel Richie. This song is called Jesus is Love. Let's get into it. Jesus is Love by the Commodores on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. I want to say, hold on for 1 second before I do this. Uh-oh, I messed up. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Okay. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God keep you until we meet next season. Peace and many blessings. I think that's it.